Hey everybody, it's me, Zach. Somewhere in there is Potato, and welcome back to our channel. Hey everybody, it's me, Zach, and I'm back again with another exciting recap of Amberlynn Reid, and also here to give you a little update from my fave girly, not my fave at all, all disrespect there as well. Chantal Marie, Chantal Show, The Daily Chantal, Big Beautiful Me, Chantal Arafe, Foodie Booty, Flobby Bobby, Chantal period. Yes, I have an update from Miss Chantal. And I also just really quick, well, I'll give you timestamps for all of that so you can skip ahead to whichever part you'd want to see. I know people don't like Chantal. They don't even want to hear about her calling me Plump. And so if you just want to skip all of that, there will be a timestamp so you can go see the Amberlynn Reid stuff. I also just want to give my weekly update reminder that just because Judy isn't in videos doesn't mean there's anything wrong with her. As always, I will let you know if something does ever happen to her. It just so turns out a lot of things have changed in our schedules, including Noel getting a new job where he doesn't work from home as much. Prior to that, Noel was working from home. Poe liked to hang out in Noel's office. Now, since Noel's not there, he comes and hangs out with me. And Judy's just getting older and likes to just relax and lay on the couch most of the day. So that's all I got for you. I know it comes from a place of love for Judy, for me, for my pets, and I appreciate that. But it's also jarring to continue fielding questions every day from people asking if something tragic happened to Judy when she's just living her best life on the couch. So thank you, as always, for checking in. I'm gonna at most do this once a week, if that, honestly. Like, I think at some point I'm just gonna have to, like, move on. It just makes me so sad that people are worried about Judy when I know that she's living, like, a full and wonderful life, just chilling on our couch. So let me start first with the Chantal update. It's very quick because it's just gonna pertain to what she had to say about me in the comments of her video. But she uploaded a video yesterday. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. It says 23 hours ago, so yeah, yesterday. And it was called Eating Burger King and Talking About Snow White. And I will say, I did end up watching this whole goddamn video, which just was her droning on and on and on about Snow White and woke culture and are things going too far with casting and fairy tale movies and this, that, the other. To be fair, I don't know if I care what a bigot like Chantal has to say about anything like that. I'm not interested in it. I was mostly watching because the comment in question came from somebody who said, "I'll tell Zachary Michael to get the candle ready," which made me think, oh, maybe in this video somewhere she's alluding to quitting Weight Watchers, right? Like, that's what I was assuming would come from that. I think really what happened is this person is just making the assumption that Weight Watchers is either over or on its way to being done, because in this Burger King video, she eats like 3 meals worth of Burger King food. She gets like chicken fries, a cheeseburger, a chicken sandwich of some sort, and then like medium large order of fries with a Coca-Cola. Not even a Diet Coke, a full Coca-Cola. Which I can only imagine was an entire day's worth of points for her, because I think she said in her Weight Watchers video that she gets like 40-some points a day or something like that. But either way, like, I don't care if she's successful on her diet or if she's not. I just am mostly here to point out her own inconsistencies and struggles with being honest about where she's at and things like that. I don't care if she succeeds at Weight Watchers or not. I just think it's funny that she says she's doing Weight Watchers, and every meal that she's posted on her channel thus far has been her eating some kind of takeout or fast food. But anyways, Chantal's very eloquent response to that commenter was, he's looking a little plump himself these days. So, and here's my thing with Chantal. I personally have never had an issue with Chantal or Amberlynn or anybody I've ever covered on this channel being fat. In fact, when I talk about how I even came across Amberlynn'S channel to begin with, which is ultimately how I ended up finding Chantal, I say frequently that my reason for following Amberlynn to begin with is that she was a gay person who was actively trying to lose weight, and at the time that was something that I was also working on myself. I don't think it's a character flaw to be somebody who's fat. I don't think it's a character flaw to even be somebody who's morbidly obese. I don't think that being fat is a negative character attribute. And when you deflect to calling somebody fat, or I guess in this case plump, it really speaks more to how you feel about that as a concept. I very much understand that I am fat. I literally just in my video yesterday when I was talking about the ability to ride roller coasters, talking about my own experiences of carrying my weight in my belly and how that sometimes makes me worried about being able to ride roller coasters, which is something I really love to do. Unlike Chantal and in a lot of cases Amberlynn, I'm not living in Delulu land about what's going on over here. I've never denied the very real fact that people can see that I am a above average weight person. I would call myself fat. That is not something that I feel is derogatory towards me. It's just a fact about what my body looks like. And that's not to say that I don't have body image issues or that I've never, you know, wanted to lose weight or look different. I'm just saying I'm not losing sleep at night because I carry my weight in my belly or that I might have a little more weight in my chin area, okay? I get it. I am a plump person. I come from a very long line of plump people, okay? It's not something new to me. It's not lost on me. And certainly it speaks more to Chantal that she would come at me talking about the way I look when it comes to my weight than it says about me, you know? Because the reality is that I really don't go after Chantal's looks at all. Almost never. The only time I can think I specifically talked about the way she looked is back when I called her a bald bigot, which was something that I did and I no longer do because people asked me to stop doing that, and I think that that was reasonable. You know what I'm saying? So Chantal can come for my weight. Chantal can tell me I'm fat, call me ugly, whatever she wants, but it's never gonna change the fact that she is a bigot and a loser, which is what she is, okay? She's a bigot loser. So cheers, Chantal. Cheers. Cheers to you. So anyways, now that Chantal's out of the way, now that she's out of the way, let's go to old Amberlynn Reed, who gave us a very special double bar title today, so get ready. For all of you bar lovers out there, get the fuck ready. The title of today's video is, Am I Looking for a Girlfriend? Bar! If I lose weight, no one will watch me anymore. Bar! Vlog. And this is actually giving, I didn't update this, but she did on Instagram post an Instagram story asking people to share more questions for popsicle sticks, but saying this time that they didn't have to be related to weight loss or anything like that. And these two things right here, well, one, the first part of it, am I looking for a girlfriend, I think directly speaks to that. That would be my guess. And, you know, the second part of it could be related to that. It could be related to the already existing weight loss questions, or it could just be her being philosophical Lynn and having a deep dive into wondering if, you know, she's trying to, like, if I'm successful in losing weight, will nobody watch me? And unfortunately for the second half of that video title, that is something we have discussed at length, ad nauseum on her channel. She's discussed it, reaction channels have discussed it, they've hypothesized about it, they've done this, that, the other, whoever, whatever. And I'm sure I'll have more to say about it when we talk about it in this video. But my overall thoughts are like, let's actually try to lose weight first, and then we can see, girly girl. Because she actually, for a while, if you recall most recently when this conversation came up, she did lose weight for a while. She was losing weight and her views were like going down, and she tried to blame that on people thinking she wasn't a train wreck anymore, and because she was being successful, nobody wanted to watch. But simultaneously, she was like deep diving into, you know, what we've known wifey era to be all this time, which is her just doing the most mundane things, not showing herself going anywhere. There were no side characters. There's no plot. It was just a like unending cycle of like Legos, scratch art, grocery haul, boring, 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 and people were not watching because there was nothing exciting happening. And to be honest, I don't think she's ever really recovered from that. But I do really think if she truly showed herself being successful, that people would watch. I do. I've always said that. I really believe that. I think if she had significant results in terms of being successful, people do want to watch that. People want to watch somebody who's authentically succeeding, being themselves on camera. And I just don't know that she's ever actually showed that. That's just my thoughts. Like, that really is just my thoughts. I also feel like it's a challenge because it's like, girl keeps saying she wants to do stuff for herself. And so that is, I think, what's most important then. Like, if losing weight is important to you, who cares if people stop watching you on YouTube? Like, the people who are unhappy for you being successful will go away and you'll gain a new audience of people who are happy to see you being successful. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I've talked too much about that already, I can tell, because she's gonna talk about it more. And this vlog in particular is a little bit longer than these other daily vlogs have been by just like a few minutes. So we really need to just get to, you know what I'm saying? So let's get to, shall we?
Hi guys, welcome to a new video. I am about to do my makeup, so don't worry. I'm probably just gonna do something.
Does it feel like she's talking a little fast? Do I have her? Nope, that's the normal speed. I do have her on 360p though. Can we turn her to 1080p? Not that it's gonna help with the high quality of Amberlynn'S videos, but you know, I just want the option. All right, let's go back.
Hi guys, welcome to a new video. I am about to do my makeup, so don't worry. I'm probably just gonna do something like low-key today. Right now, I'm watching the Really Good Podcast with Bobby. I think I'm obsessed with like her demeanor.
I love how she's like a really basic look, as though her makeup look is all that different any given day. Lately, she has been adding a little color to it, and I really do like that, just to be clear. But, I mean, come on. It's nothing outlandish or crazy. She's not doing anything new outside of adding a color or two every day.
I was literally just in the middle of doing my eyebrows when a massive bug just flew into the window and died.
Okay.
From the outside, obviously. They thought they could fly in here, and it just went, don't. That's the noise it made. Literally, don't. Oh, that was hard to see. That was sad. Okay, so I'm not done with my makeup. I'm still mid-makeup, but I have had...
Oh, well, you know what? Fun story. It just makes me think, though, of the other day when she was, like, looking out her window at the Jeep she saw in the parking lot. It's just, like, she's telling all of these stories about stuff happening outside of her home, and I feel like that's just such a good metaphor for her life. She's just sitting at home watching the world go past her, but it's just the parking lot outside her apartment. It's just a bug hitting the window. Like, woo! Way to go, girly. Also, though, so many of y'all were upset that I didn't catch her say it. Well, I don't know. Upset might be an exaggeration. You probably weren't that upset. But so many people are like, Zach, I can't believe you missed that she called a G-Wagon a Jeep. And then it's a... Girl, can you go? You were like, oh, a G-Wagon is a Mercedes-Benz. Girl, I don't know. Girl, the last car I had was a Pontiac Grand Am, okay? And I haven't had a car since when I request an Uber to go somewhere, I have no idea what it means when they say a Toyota Camry versus a Toyota Prius. Actually, I do know a Toyota Prius because Noel used to drive a Prius. I have no idea what any of those things mean, okay, girl? I don't know. I am not a car girly, never pretended to be a car girly. I'm so sorry, I know jack shit about cars.
So many DMs on Instagram of people asking about the glitter that I'm wearing.
So many.
Well, I'm not currently wearing it. I might wear it today, I don't know. It is NYX Professional Makeup Glitter Brilliance. It's for your face, body, whatever you want it to be.
Okay, come on, body.
This one is in the color
body, yaddy, 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 yaddy.
GLI. So
oh, I forgot about the Glee. I forgot about the Glee. She has shared this before. I forgot about it, though. Thanks for the reminder for the Glee glitter.
Here. Hi, guys. So...
Oh, she's crying.
I finished my makeup.
She's crying.
I went outside for a walk. Saw some people. Waved at some people. Smiled at some people. Made small talk with some people. And it was nice. And
wait, what? You're just waving at strangers? I mean, I kind of love that. I just find that hard to believe that you're just talking to strangers on the street while you're out for a stroll. I do love that. Things I would never do personally. I appreciate that people can do that. I'm just usually not trying to. Usually not, especially if I have one or both of the dogs with me. No, thank you, ma'am. Not at all. That's a no for me, dog.
Twinkie got pet on by some strangers. Sometimes I'm weird about that. I don't know. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I came back inside. Like, I was in a good mood. I came back inside. I was okay.
Oh, no.
But then, like, I don't know. I just started writing poetry. And I have not written poetry in a really long time.
Okay. Could you read some to us?
Like, writing used to be, like, really special to me. Like, poetry is one of my favorite forms of art besides like music and stuff. I can't create that, but I used to create a lot of poems, and that was my form of art. And I eventually like realized I wasn't passionate about it anymore because a lot of like outside influence, and so I stopped writing for years. I did. And when I journal, like, there are moments where like I'll maybe write a poem.
I'm sorry. I'm just like, I don't know what the point is here. I'm trying to decipher. Is she this level of emotional because she just wrote a poem for the first time in a long time and she hasn't felt up to writing poetry? Is that where we're at? Is that what's going on here? Girl, if you want to write poetry, write poetry. I feel like she's suggesting maybe that the outside forces that has kept her from writing poetry are the people online who have given her a hard time about it. And, you know, it really checks out that, you know, in a post, what was that? So that video that she shared, the picture of her brother and the poem that she wrote about her brother together in that one video. It's not surprising to me that was like a precursor to her coming out and being like, I want to get back into poetry and stuff like that. And I'm glad that she can have that hobby and joy. But I need her to know, though, that if she shares her poetry online, people will give her a hard time. And I feel like those are the outside forces that she's referring to. Because, you know, I think any kind of, like, artistry or creative thing, all of it's fine, you know, whether you're good or bad. I think you should do and engage in art if you have an interest in it. You know, if you like drawing, but you're not like obviously a pro illustrator, I think that's fine. It's just, I think the way that Amberlynn has always talked about her poetry is as though she is Emily Dickinson. And she's not even like fucking Shel Silverstein, right? Like she's not a good poet, and that is fine, and it's okay for her to do it as a hobby. I think people just get irritated when she acts like, you know, she's amazing. Cause like we all have interests that don't lead to us being professional at any of them, right? I don't know, just a thought. I'm trying to figure out where we're going with this essentially, and it led me down that whole tangent. So let me just let her keep talking.
That's like a couple sentences, but nothing like how I used to write. I will say, like, how I used to write like a decade ago, no, definitely not the way I write now. Like, I've changed my writing style for sure, but like I just subconsciously feel like my writing is never good enough and whatever it may be.
That's fine.
It was never about that.
Okay, that's fine.
It was never about like, oh my god, what a great poem. It was more so about the way it made me feel.
Good.
And I stopped feeling that way because of like outside things. But I just wrote a poem and it just like really hurt. It did. I guess it needs to happen though. Like, because I remember yesterday, I kept holding back tears all day long. Like literally all day long. And normally I just let myself cry. But all day yesterday, I had this lump in my throat, and I just wanted to cry so bad, and I wouldn't let myself. And then it was finally nighttime. I'd say after like 10 hours of just like holding on strong, I finally just let myself do it. I just started bawling my eyes out.
I mean, okay, again, listen, I can be empathetic and sympathetic, and she's obviously not going through this breakup well, even though, you know, she started this out saying, like, this is mutual, this is for the best for both of us. And if anything, that continues to be the most frustrating part for me. You know, whenever this first happened, she was sad, but she also was very much not. And I'm not saying those things can't change, but now we have just been, this is probably almost a full week of just her being like, this is not great, this is not good, I'm so upset, I'm so stressed. And I think it's one thing to, like, be honest about all of those things and all of those feelings. I think I've talked about this before, and maybe in context of Amberlynn, but also I think in context specifically, most recently about Life Plus Cindy, right? It's one thing to be, like, vulnerable and share how you're really feeling, and I think that's valid, and I think in a lot of ways that can be good. But the other thing about vulnerability is that it's not always meant for everybody, you know? And at this point, I think we get it. Amberlynn is sad. Amberlynn is sad about the breakup. Amberlynn is sad about things with wifey. Amberlynn is sad about things with her weight and her weight loss or lack thereof. And Amberlynn is just sad. And at some point, it's no longer being vulnerable, okay? And I also think it's just like, at some point, we need to resolve these issues, right? Like, I'm unclear on, like, what we're doing to work on them. One day she comes on here and she's like, I'm the queen of self-care. Here are all the things that I do to take care of myself. I'm so good at this. I'm so great. And then the next 3 days it's stuff like this. And I think that's, you know, not that people can't understand where she's coming from, but I do think people are getting tired of it. I mean, I'm getting tired of it just because, like, you know, if this was real life and this was my friend, I could be empathetic and sympathetic to their experience and understand that they're really sad. And I'd probably also be like, all right, girly, well, like, let's get a game plan, all right? Because this is day 7 of you sharing these feelings to me. I'm concerned that you're not, like, progressing or, like, getting out of this stage of grief. And we need to make an action plan because you're worth more than this. You're worth more than just sitting on a camera every day, Amberlynn, and crying about what's going on with your girlfriend or your no longer girlfriend, your ex-girlfriend. I don't know. That's just my thought. And I'm not saying that to bring Amberlynn down or kick her while she's down. I think a lot of people, if you saw somebody like this in your real life who was really struggling with the breakup, you would really have questions and concerns about, like, what are we going to do to move forward, you know? I don't know. I wouldn't ever want my friend to still be sitting here like this, crying about it, and not really making any progress in any aspect of their life.
And I felt so much better afterwards.
I guess the other thing I will say is just that, like, it would also be different if we had any context of, like, something was changing, right? Which I think a lot of people have provided some, like, conspiracy theories about things they think are going on. Like, wifey already did move out, actually, and that's why Amberlynn's been extra sad, or things like that. Or, like, even just, I think it was the last video I reacted to, she talked about how she had some kind of serious conversation with wifey about moving stuff. And so, you know, I think if there were some additional context for why she's continued to have these feelings, that would also be different. But as far as most of us are aware, based on what she shared with us, the audience, nothing about the situation has truly changed. That's just my other thought, is, like, I could understand if more intense feelings are happening, if there's been some kind of, like, big change that's happened with the situation, such as wifey moving out earlier than expected or something like that.
And it made me realize that crying is actually helping me, and I know that sounds crazy.
I mean, you
I cry on here all the time when people talk shit about it, but I don't care.
I mean, you definitely shouldn't hold in your tears. That's by no means do I think that. And I wouldn't want you to force yourself not to feel feelings. I just think that there are other ways that you could be managing the sadness.
Like, it's helping me to, like, just, like, gets out something.
Sure. I feel that.
So as I was writing this poem, I'm just, like, crying, and it was just, like, a whole therapeutic experience, to be honest.
You know what is actual therapy, though? Meeting with your therapist. Are we doing that? I'm still unclear.
And I know after this wave of sadness and these wave of tears and emotions, once it goes away, I'll be okay again. And I'm just going to give it a little bit of time, and then I'm going to start filming again. But I just want to let you guys know kind of where my head's at currently, because I'm just, like, really emotional lately. Really emotional.
Clearly.
I'm going through something.
Sure.
That is obviously clearly affecting me. And not everyone is affected by the same things.
That's also true.
But this is affecting me in a way that I literally was not expecting, so...
That is so true, but I really come back to, like, we don't have any additional context for why this is affecting you so much. Even if nothing else happened off camera that we don't know about, you haven't provided any context for why this might be impacting you now more than ever, you know? I don't know. I mean, like, I guess I could just believe that it was the poetry, the writing of the poem, I guess. I guess that's the context that she's giving today, but this level of, like, sadness over writing a poem, it's just, like, I guess maybe not something I personally can relate to.
Breakups are really hard, and depending on certain circumstances, it could be harder for others, or freeing for others, or...
Sure.
Some people are so happy after a breakup, some people are fucking devastated, and that's just where I'm at right now, and it's gonna be like that for a little bit.
At this point, I do hope she's looking for a new girlfriend, because it feels like that's the only thing that's gonna move us forward. Because honestly, this was kind of her after she broke up with Becky, but the reality is that she didn't have a lot of time in between Becky and Wifey, so we didn't sit in this feeling for a long time like we are this go-around.
I just feel like I need to let myself feel. Because by not allowing myself to feel, I'm not going to heal. And as someone who is daily vlogging for 15 days, you guys are going to see that process happen. And I just need you guys to...
Except what healing has happened? What healing has gone on? I mean, that's the other thing, is, like, I don't personally see the healing. That's just my personal opinion on that. Like, I would love to see healing. I think, like, that is something that is relatable to people. You know, that's one thing. I haven't given, like, an update about Life Plus Cindy in a while. But, like, Life Plus Cindy was in a, I think, more serious situation, but similar, that she ended a very long relationship she had with her husband of 15 years after lots of stuff about infidelity and stuff like that came out. And I think a lot of people, you know, were frustrated with Cindy for a while, I think understandably, because she was making some poor choices related to her grief and trauma and things like that. But one thing that people have since started enjoying about her content is the healing, right? And so I think, honestly, and I don't want to compare the two because I think that they are vastly different in many kind of ways, but I'm just saying in terms of, like, healing, I think people would like to see healing, you know? But, like, you come on here, you cry and cry and cry and say that it's healing for you, and then the next day, you come back and do the same thing. And it's just like, what is hard for the audience to see is the healing. So it could be happening. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying, like, you're not demonstrating it necessarily.
Be patient with me, please, because I can't control how I feel currently, but I'm trying my hardest to control, like, my actions around it.
Sure.
I'm trying
okay.
really hard,
Work.
So, but yeah, just patience, please. Anyways, I'm going to journal just a little bit more and then get out of this like headspace because it will go away. It comes in waves.
Let's fucking go.
I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, so I'm about to have some raw broccoli with cottage cheese mustard.
Jump scare! Cottage cheese mustard, jump scare girl! We just got done with that serious conversation and you put this in front of me? Ugh, I need a drink.
Leftover onions and turkey kielbasa. This is my first meal of the day, and I prefer having this as my first meal because it's so freaking good.
It's so freaking good. I don't
know why this is a hot topic, but I showed you guys.
She sure did, and she showed this like. One thing I didn't comment on is the angle is really interesting because it really does. Like, the tatas are out, which love a tata, love a chest piece, love a boobula, no issue there. But I am just so curious about how the angle she took this at makes her cleavage look a mile long. And that's, like, not even a criticism. Like, she just looks like she has some intense cleavage, and I'm impressed. I really am.
She's just taking a filtered selfie on my Snapchat, which this is something I do every day, and I've done for years.
I believe it.
I only communicate with my personal, in real life friends or family or whatever it may be on Snapchat, and we're always sending photos back and forth or whatever it is. And now people like have a conspiracy that I'm looking for a girlfriend because I showed you a filtered photo. The stretching has gone way too far. I promise you, I'm literally just sending this to my really good friends.
We're not looking for a new girlfriend. Honestly, I want you to be single. I want you to try it out. But it's clear that I'm not going to get what I want out of a single Amberlynn arc. So I'd rather just move on to the new girlfriend. So for me, it's just being hopeful. I think what she doesn't understand is I think we know, or at least I do. Let me speak for myself. I know that she only uses Snapchat for like personal and real life friends and family. She said that actually quite a few times. I think what my understanding of the people speculating that she was using that to look for a new girlfriend was because she included it in the video, right? Like she included this particular photo today in this video. You know, like what friend and family member is she also though trying to send a cleave a mile long to, you know? Who in her family is she sending that to? I'm just curious.
Y'all, I don't know what is happening, but...
Because also, look here. This is the same shirt. She's wearing the same shirt. And the way that the camera is angled here, there's not cleavage like that. I'm just curious. How do you get it to look like that? I'm fascinated. As a fan of chess pieces, I would like to know more.
Food is so much better right now. Like
work.
I just changed the litter box. Have a load of laundry started.
Work.
Like cleaning a little bit, packing a little bit, and I just feel so much better. I told you it's like that crying session that needs to happen every single day, and I'm fine with that for now. But since we're in my room,
I do have serious concerns if like listen, there's nothing wrong with crying. I'm a crier. I've cried recently, just as recent as like this past weekend. I can tell you specifically it happened on Saturday. Crying is fine. I think when you're at a point where you're crying every single day though, just like as a suggestion, if you out there in the world are crying every single day, I think it's reasonable to probably reach out to like a therapist or mental health professional to help you with that. I just think that like, you know, if it's at that level of seriousness for you every day, it probably is a sign that you could use some like additional help, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Y'all, there's so many things that I have to like go through and look at and like be sad about getting rid of, but knowing I don't need it or it has memories that I don't want, you know.
Just toss it.
And it's like I have to sit here and decide like, do I want this big guy right here? Like, this guy's pretty good, pretty decent, super expensive.
Oh, it's so blurry.
But there's one down here that is super, like, floppy and annoying. So I'm over here trying to decide what to do. I am getting rid of these mirrors, by the way.
Okay.
I used to have 3 of them because I was going to do this whole moment. They're so dusty right now, but I just, like, don't care. But I used to have 3. I got rid of 1. Now I still have 2. I have this guy, and then the other one's right there.
Okay.
So I will be getting rid of these for sure. I'm trying to think of like what furniture I plan on keeping. I have a huge chair in my living room that I'm probably gonna get rid of, which is kind of crazy. I don't know.
I honestly would be so much more interested in this conversation when she's actually moving. I think, because also she's showing me these mirrors that maybe she's shown us before, but I genuinely also just don't care about. And this like drawer thing, she's talking about like, oh, it's so hard to get rid of things that have memories. What kind of memories do you have with this storage unit? This I don't know, it's not really a dresser, but this thing full of drawers that you probably just store things in, you know? Like, what sentimental value do those things have to you? I don't know.
No, it's just like memories or held on to certain things.
Memories
like,
of a chair in your living room?
I'm trying to separate myself from blankets. That's a whole other topic. But there's going to be a lot of blankets that I'm getting rid of.
Okay, actually, mood work. One of my earliest videos on my channel was me doing a blanket haul. Because one time Amberlynn said, you know, because people were giving her criticism. I think it was when she actually literally was bedbound. You know, there was like a year that she admits to like being bedbound, but wasn't being honest about being bedbound at the time when she was vlogging on her channel. Either way, she was like, you know, I'm just sitting here in my bed, like, what am I supposed to do? A blanket haul? Like, nobody can make a blanket haul interesting. And then I went and did a blanket haul and shared all of the blankets I have. And actually, I weirdly have a lot of blankets that have sentimental value. Even this one that Poe and Judy sit in is a, like, fleece tie blanket that my mom made to send me off to college with. So, like, they all have memories and feelings associated with them. So I could see a blanket having some kind of sentimental value to you.
Because of memories and stuff. Because I have this weird, like, attachment with blankets. I've literally been like this since I was, like, 2 years old. So don't ask. Don't come for me. I'm a weird girly. I'm quirky.
Oh, she's so quirky. She likes blankets and she uses a meat thermometer to make sure that her meat is cooked all the way. She's so quirky.
Blankets right now is a hard one. I know, I hope someone out there understands. I know it sounds crazy, but I don't know. We'll get there when we get there, I guess. Sorry, you guys hear my dryer in the back, but look at that cutie.
Look at Twink.
Twinkie store. She's out. Because we just took a walk. I'm out myself, so I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, you guys, I really want to try
not those popsicles.
Some of these loaded cauliflower bites.
Okay,
bacon and cheddar. I just figured this was a better alternative to me ordering fast food, which is what I really want to do right now. So I'm choosing to do this instead.
Sure, okay.
Eat takeout.
I will say I have fallen into the trap, especially back when I ate keto, of thinking that those were like things like that, products like that. I've never had that. I would like to try. Honestly, I would try. But it's easy to fall into a trap thinking that those are like healthier alternatives to just like French fries or loaded tater tots or things like that. And it ends up being about the same, honestly, truly. In fact, I think you get less per serving size in some cases. I'm just thinking about the like cauliflower tots I think that like Bird's Eye makes. It's not Bird's Eye. What, Green Giant maybe? They have such small serving sizes and for about the same number of calories.
It's hard for me not to have takeout. Like,
sure.
It's
clearly
very hard. So I'm pretty sure I could just put these in the air fryer. Like it says to use an oven.
Air fryer will be fine.
But then it says cooking in a toaster oven not recommended. I don't know. I'm pretty sure an air fryer is fine.
I mean, toaster ovens and air fryers are kind of sort of the same thing, so I don't know. We'll see. I feel like I don't see why there'd be an issue, though. I think I kind of agree with Amberlynn. I don't know why it would make a difference. Oh, the whole bag.
All of them, I guess.
The whole bag.
It's like flat. I'll show you guys what they look like. I don't know. I hope this is good. I'm just feeling really, really hungry. And this is when the takeout cravings come. Okay.
Oh, I guess that's not as many as I was anticipating. But when she just poured it all in, I'm like, that's a lot. That's a lot, girly.
Oh.
But that seems more reasonable, especially if this is all she's eating.
I guess I'll just have it on for 20 minutes. I'll check it here and there. Okay, hi. It has been 8 minutes. And I did some research. If something says oven, you can use an air fryer. And that air fryers actually give out more power. So I was like, oh, okay, cool.
I'm obsessed with the fact that she just, like, decided to do all that research after she already started fucking cooking the food. Love that. Also, she's had an air fryer this long, and she hasn't thought up to look up stuff like that. I'm just, like, always amazed. That's my girl, Amberlynn. I love that.
I learned something. Alright, so it's been 8 minutes. I just wanted to check on it.
Why are you using
I do use a meat thermometer for, like, everything, so yeah, this still needs more time.
I mean, I feel like that's more of a quirky girl Lynn situation type of deal there, because, like, what is the recommended internal temperature for these bacon cheddar cauliflower bite things? Like, what temperature exactly were you looking for there, Amberlynn? I would be curious to know.
And then it just starts again when you close it. It's pretty great. Hi, we're back.
Hey.
So it's been like 5 more minutes. I catch myself watching Alex, you guys know, the reaction channel. And I'm just...
This fucking girl. Can you make up your fucking mind if you want to say that you watch reaction channels or not? Because the last time you publicly proclaimed that you didn't, it was specifically in a response to somebody asking if you watched Alex still, Alex the Shook. And you said no, because all reaction channels are the same. This is why it's so hard to take you seriously ever. Like, it's fine for your opinion and your wants and needs and things like that to change over time, but you just flip-flop back and forth and back and forth and back and forth on this. That it's like, this is why nobody's ever going to believe you when you say that you no longer watch reaction channels, because you're a lie. You are a lie.
Listening to him right now, and he literally just said that if I lose weight and become like a success story, that no one's gonna watch me anymore. Pretty much just said that.
Is that it?
So
is that a thing he said? Let me know in the comments, because unlike Amberlynn, I'm very consistent in that I don't watch other reaction channels. I don't know, maybe I'll go look and see if that is something he said in a video. If it is, well, here's the thing. It probably isn't what he said in a video, just because Amberlynn loves to, like, completely miss the fucking point when it comes to the things that reaction channels say to her. And I know from personal experience, she is misconstrued, misrepresented, and straight out just lied about things that I've said in the past. And so, you know, chances are he didn't say that. Chances are he didn't say that. But also, if he did say it, I don't agree. I think people would, maybe her current audience would stop watching, but I think there would be an audience of people who would want to watch her succeed. I would like to watch her succeed. That's what I'm here for. It's very hard to be optimistic these days because, you know, for the past 3 weeks, I've just seen her self-sabotage, despite her saying that she doesn't engage in self-destructive behavior. She has certainly been self-sabotaging for the past couple of weeks, and it's very hard to feel optimistic about those things.
It's just like these reaction channels, you ain't adding up. Like, do you actually care about me? And do you want to see me get better?
I do.
Or are you really just like loving the demise, loving the train wrecks? You can just like keep making that money. Like, it's just
I don't love the demise.
Because the more train wreck I am, the more views I get. I was getting my lowest views when I was on really, really good track. When I first got with Feline, it was during that era. I was like losing weight, I was eating super healthy, and I was getting the lowest of views. And now that I'm like...
Wait. Not that I agree with what Alex is saying, but what you're saying right now is in support of what Alex was saying. Or what you're saying Alex was saying, allegedly. Because you're saying right now, when I was really successful, I was getting my lowest number of views. Which, again, I already talked about this before I started reacting to the video. I don't think had anything to do with you being successful and everything to do with you just being boring. Like, you weren't showing any interesting thing in your life whatsoever. That's my personal take on it. I think that's why people weren't watching, is because you were succeeding to some extent, but you also weren't showing literally anything interesting.
not doing that, I don't know. See, it's things like that. When people say things like that, it's just like, it mentally messes with me hardcore. Knowing that I could lose my job if I become healthy and successful in my weight loss. Like, that's...
Except...
Like, don't say things like that, please.
Also, though, first of all, literally just yesterday, you were talking about how you have to do things for yourself. You pulled up the Pinterest quote and everything, and you were like, oh my gosh, I gotta do this for me. I can't do it based on what other people want for me or what other people think of me. So, like, one, let's remember that, Miss Ma'am, okay? And then, two, you clearly didn't lose your... Like, if we're taking what you literally just said, which is that when you were getting your lowest views, you were being the most successful when it came to your weight loss and you were being the least amount of train wreck, you still got views. You still got a paycheck then. You didn't lose your job. You know, you might not have gotten the views that you were used to or that you even wanted, but you still were getting a paycheck and money. You know, that's why whenever people like to bring up or like try to say like, if you didn't talk about Amberlynn, you wouldn't have a job. When I do post non-Amberlynn content, it doesn't do as well as my Amberlynn content. But you know what? It still gets a good amount of views for most YouTubers or compared to most YouTubers. And it still pays my bills, okay? So like, you need to also keep that in mind, Amberlynn. It's like, even when you're doing your worst, you're still getting views and you are still getting a paycheck. And if that means that you can get paid and also lose weight, I don't see what the negative thing is there, you know? Just things to think about, bestie. I really am sitting over here trying to help you. Maybe the problem is you're watching the wrong reaction channels, because I'm over here trying to help. I'm giving you good-ass advice over here for free. For free. Well, I mean, I'm getting paid, but you're not paying me anything to give you this free advice, you know?
Okay. Now that I'm done expressing my feelings, where some people would call it a rant.
I don't think it was a rant. You
can call it what you want, but I'm just expressing myself. So these are definitely done. So let me get a plate and then complete some.
I really need to know what the internal temperature you are going for in these are. Because does it say on the box what the internal temperature should be? I mean, I don't even think I saw her read what it should be, but maybe it does. Could you just enlighten me? This is going to be eating at me. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight.
I'm going to let Feline have some. I'm sure she's going to like it. And then here are my 3. Okay, so I want to try these with and without ranch. So obviously we're going to try them without ranch first.
Okay, work.
They smell kind of like...
Ranch is going to be so good with these, I already know it.
You know, like that weird smell that like broccoli has and like Brussels sprouts, asparagus, like kind of like that. Like
that
weird healthy smell. You guys don't know what I'm talking about.
What? That healthy smell. No, I don't know what you talk about. Tell me more. Tell me more. Girl, did you let them cool off?
Wait, these are so good.
It's so good.
This is what the inside looks like.
Mmm, yummy.
Wow. That's actually really good without ranch, but I'm a ranch girly. I'm just gonna try a little tiny.
Oh, just a little dainty ranch squirt.
Dollop.
Oh, what do you know? What do you know about a little dainty ranch squirt? Mm-hmm.
Just a little dollop. All right.
A little dollop?
See, that is so good. And these are cauliflower instead of like potato.
Wow.
I think I prefer it without the ranch. And then I'm also gonna have...
Yes, come on, Diet Sody. What number is that for the day? Unnecessary.
And now I'm gonna watch Married at First Sight, season 12.
I don't need this biting ASMR.
So hot.
Girl, let it cool.
Okay, so
let it cool the fuck down. You were gonna choke. Wasn't that the problem with the fucking potato you choked on? Is that it was too hot and you weren't eating your food slow enough? Like, chill the fuck out, girl.
Ina also tried them. She liked them. I'm about to have a couple more because 3 just wasn't enough, so I'm gonna have 3 more. Hello. Okay.
Hi.
So the popsicle
stick.
stick. I've been enjoying it, and I know a lot of you have too. So, I actually posted on my Instagram for you guys to send me more questions, because all the ones that I have now are all weight related. So obviously I'm gonna still answer the ones I haven't done, but it's just gonna be a continuous loop of just like questions, things to talk about.
So exhausting.
I have thought long and hard about getting a podcast, I'm not gonna lie, because I feel like I can yip and yap and talk and just, I literally could talk your ear off. I'm not even lying. Like, get me in the right mood and my mouth won't shut. I just don't think that I want to walk in front of
I don't know that I could do with like an hour-long Amberlynn Reid podcast. I think isn't that also like what she mostly just does anyways in her videos? Isn't that mostly what she's doing in her videos anyways? Like, what would that add to the discourse? What would be new from that? Unless she had a podcast where she was like talking to somebody. But that would mean somebody would have to agree to be, like, on camera with her in her real life. I could be down for her having a podcast with somebody else, but I don't know what that would look like. But just her by herself sitting and talking, girl, that's what I've just been doing for the past 15 minutes. Is sitting here listening to you talk. Well, it's been longer because I've paused and everything like that. But you know what I'm saying?
The camera. I just don't think that a podcast is something that I would want to do by myself.
Right.
Like having a co-host, or maybe just like someone literally there, like a host, like a two-hoster, me and someone else. Rarity. I think that would be cool. I would totally do it, but it's like there are a couple people in my life I feel like we would make a bomb.
Who? Let's do it. Let's do it.
It would be tea. It would be drama. It would be hot topics. It would be controversial opinions. Like, it would be so good.
Let's do it. Let's see it.
The two people I'm actually thinking of, I don't talk to anymore. So, and the
She's like, oh, there's two people in my life that I could do this with, but I don't talk to them anymore. Then they're not in your life. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Is one of them used to be my best friend, and another one of them used to be my ex. So I'm not even gonna say who and what and when and how, because it doesn't even matter. But I'm just saying that it would be a good podcast.
She's so exhausting.
For real.
It's not.
I really do.
You're talking about make believe land. None of this is gonna happen. You don't talk to these people anymore. It's not gonna happen.
The whole popsicle thing with you guys. But I just feel like vlogs are very like everyday life, your daily life, what you're doing, talk about what you're doing. So some topics just don't come up, and like hearing what your audience wants you to talk about, it definitely helps and builds more like topics around your channel. Hey guys, so it's like the end of the night. I should already be like in bed.
Okay, we'll go.
In my body, but yeah, so I need to go do that.
All right.
So I hope that you guys enjoy this vlog. I don't even remember what I vlogged today.
It's fine.
Honestly, can't remember a damn thing.
You don't remember. This is why no healing is going on, because you don't even remember crying earlier today over some poetry.
Hopefully I vlogged stuff, because I literally cannot remember what I vlogged. Something about a cauliflower like bite thing.
You did eat those.
I'm craving that. Those were so good, so I'm definitely gonna buy more. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
Well, there you go. There you go. Looking pitiful just because I let you go. There you go. Talking about you want me back. Well, sometimes I mean like that. Do you know that song? I don't know why that just came into my head. I mean, I guess because she said, so there you go. And that made me think of it. Or did I say, so there you go? Somebody was saying in my comments from my video yesterday that I had a very good memory and I don't forget anything, but I forget stuff all the time. There's just like really random weird things that just like I remember, i.e. like I remembered her talking about wanting to go on roller coasters and being afraid that she couldn't because of her weight, and the struggles of being me part 1. So here we are. Anyways, that's all I have time for today, besties. That's all I got. That's it. That's all. I hope you all enjoyed today's video, and I hope that Amberlynn can find some time to actually heal and work on herself. That is all I have time for. I said that already, so if you're brand new, make sure to subscribe down below. Hit the bell button so you get a notification every single time I post a new video. Make sure to leave a comment, hit like, click share, and follow me on all of my social media. I had so much fun today. I'll see you all next time. Bye!